Let me tell you a secret. I interviewed over 500 millionaires. I spent 20 years, and I found one thing they all had in common. Wealth is not luck. Wealth is not chance. Wealth is a specific way of thinking. The brains of rich men work differently than the brains of poor men. Same brain, but different programming, different beliefs, different thoughts, different habits. And this difference creates everything. I am Napoleon Hill, and I dedicated my life to answering one question. Why do some people become rich while most people stay poor? Andrew Carnegie asked me this question, and for 20 years, I studied the wealthiest men of the era, from Henry Ford to Thomas Edison, from John D. Rockefeller to Alexander Graham Bell. And what I found was astonishing, because wealth wasn't what they thought it was. Wealth wasn't just about working hard. It wasn't just about being smart. It wasn't just about having a good idea. Wealth was specific principles. 13 principles. I found them in every wealthy man. They were absent in every poor man. And now I'm going to teach you these 13 principles. They are the foundation of my book, Think and Grow Rich. They have changed the lives of millions of people, and now they will change your life. But attention, reading these principles is not enough. You must apply these principles every day, consistently, decisively, with faith. Because wealth doesn't come from knowledge. Wealth comes from applied knowledge. Now listen, because this is million-dollar information, and I'm giving it for free, because the world needs this knowledge. You need this knowledge. First principle, burning desire. First principle, burning desire. The beginning of all achievement is desire, but not ordinary desire. Burning desire that will burn inside you, won't let you sleep, won't give you peace, will become an obsession. Because ordinary desire produces ordinary results, but burning desire creates extraordinary results. Most people say, I want to be rich, but this is not desire. This is a wish, passive, powerless, ineffective. Real desire is different. Real desire says, I will be rich, no matter the cost. I will do whatever it takes. There is no other option. Andrew Carnegie said to me, Napoleon, how much do you desire wealth? I said, I want it very much. He said, no, you didn't hear my question. How much is it burning inside you? And at that moment, I understood. With ordinary wanting, you live an ordinary life. But with burning desire, you create an extraordinary life. How do you create this desire? First step, be specific. I want to be rich is not enough. You must say, I will earn $1 million in 5 years. Specific, clear, measurable. Second step, determine the price. Everything has a price. For wealth, what will you sacrifice? Your time, your comfort, your relationships, your entertainment. You must know the price, and you must be willing to pay it. Third step, set a date. I will be rich someday. Never happens. You must say, on December 31st, 2030, I will have a net worth of $5 million. The date creates commitment. Commitment creates action. Fourth step, make a plan. How will you reach the goal? Not with vague dreams, with a clear plan. What business will you do? What skills will you learn? Who will you work with? Write it in detail. Fifth step, read it every morning and every evening. Your goal, the price, the date, the plan. Out loud, with faith, with feeling. This ensures it's engraved in your subconscious, and your subconscious realizes the goal. Sixth step, visualize. Close your eyes. See yourself wealthy. See the money. See the lifestyle. Feel it as if it's real every day. For 10 minutes, This commands your subconscious. Burning desire is the beginning of everything. But attention, burning desire doesn't want a comfortable life. Burning desire sacrifices everything, risks everything, does everything. If you don't desire this much, you cannot become rich, because wealth belongs to those who give themselves completely, not those who want casually. Now ask yourself, how strong is my desire? Does it truly burn inside me, or am I just saying it would be nice? Be honest, because your answer determines your future. Second principle, unwavering faith. Desire is the beginning, but faith is the actualizer. No matter how much you desire, if you don't believe, nothing happens. But if you believe, everything is possible. Henry Ford said to me, "Napoleon, I will build the V8 engine." I said, "But your engineers say it's impossible." He said, "For me it's possible, because I believe." And he did it, because his faith was stronger than the engineers. Faith transcends limits. Faith makes the impossible possible. Faith attracts wealth. But attention, faith is not wishing. "I wish I were rich," is not faith. Faith is certainty. I will be rich. Definite, no doubt. This is faith. How is faith built? 3 ways. First way, auto-suggestion, meaning constant repetition to yourself. I am wealthy. I am successful. I am worthy. Every day, every hour. Out loud, your subconscious believes what it hears, and what it believes becomes real. Second way, visualization with emotion. Just imagining is not enough. You must imagine with feeling. See yourself wealthy and feel the emotion of wealth. Joy, pride, freedom. Emotion strengthens faith. Third way, collecting evidence. Small successes are the foundation of big faith. Record every small win. I earned $100 today. So wealth is possible. I convinced the customer today, so I can do it. Evidence strengthens faith. Thomas Edison made 10,000 failed attempts, but he didn't lose faith. Why? Because every failure taught him. This way didn't work, so the right way is different. And finally, he found the light bulb. Faith moves mountains, the holy books say. I say, faith creates wealth, but only real faith, not superficial, deep, engraved in the subconscious, unwavering. Now test yourself. Do you truly believe, or are you just saying, I hope? There's a difference. Hope is weak. Faith is strong. Hope waits. Faith creates. Strengthen your faith. Every day, auto-suggestion, visualization, collecting evidence, and faith will create wealth for you. Third principle, auto-suggestion. This is the way to reach the subconscious, because the conscious mind is only 10%. The subconscious is 90%, and wealth is created in the subconscious. Auto-suggestion means self-affirmation. You are giving commands to your own mind. You say, I am wealthy, and your subconscious accepts it and actualizes it. But attention, just saying is not enough. You must say it with feeling, because the subconscious responds to emotion. Words without emotion are empty. Every morning, look at yourself in the mirror, say out loud, I am wealthy. Money comes to me easily. Opportunities find me. I am successful. And while saying these words, feel wealth. As if it's real. Every evening before sleep, repeat it. Because before sleep, the subconscious is most open. Commands given at this time are most powerful. You must also do auto-suggestion in writing. Write your goal. On December 31st, 2030, I will have a net worth of $5 million. And every day, Read this sentence out loud with faith. Napoleon Bonaparte would affirm to himself before every battle, I will win. I am invincible. The enemy will fear. And he would win because his subconscious believed him. And faith created victory. You can do the same. Every day, every hour, I am wealthy. I am successful. I can do it. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Your subconscious will take these commands and actualize them. Autosuggestion is programming. Like a computer, you are programming your mind for wealth, for success, and the mind works according to the program. Start now, today, now. Affirm to yourself, out loud, with feeling, and watch your mind create wealth for you. Fourth principle, specialized knowledge. General knowledge doesn't create wealth, but specialized knowledge creates fortune. Henry Ford didn't have a university degree, but about automobile manufacturing, he was the world's most expert man, and he became a billionaire. Thomas Edison didn't finish school, but about electricity, no one knew more than him, and he became wealthy. For wealth, you don't need to be knowledgeable about everything, but in one field, you must be an expert. That field will be your source of wealth. There are two types of knowledge, general and specialized. General knowledge is what everyone knows. Schools teach it, but it's worthless because everyone knows it. And what everyone knows has no monetary value. Specialized knowledge is what only a few people know. This knowledge is rare, and what's rare is valuable. And what's valuable creates wealth. How do you specialize? First step, choose a field. Where will you become an expert? In sales, in marketing, in technology, in finance? Choose and focus on that field. Second step, learn constantly. Every day, learn something about that field. Read books, take courses, listen to experts, practice continuously. Third step, apply. Knowledge is worthless if not applied. What you learn, use immediately. Test it, try it, fail, learn, try again. Fourth step, teach. The best learning is teaching. What you know, explain to others. Write blogs, make videos, give speeches. Teaching brings mastery. Andrew Carnegie was an expert in steel production, but he didn't know every detail himself. Instead, he gathered people who were experts in each area. With their knowledge, he built an empire. You can do the same. If you don't know everything yourself, no problem. Find those who know. Work with them. Use their knowledge. This is also using specialized knowledge. But know this, knowledge alone is not enough. You must combine knowledge with action. Knowledge plus action equals wealth. Only knowledge equals nothing. Specialize in one field. Learn constantly. Apply. And that expertise will bring you wealth. Fifth principle, imagination. Every wealth is first imagined, then created. Nothing exists in reality without first being seen in the mind. The Wright brothers imagined the airplane, then made it. Edison imagined the light bulb, then found it. Ford imagined the assembly line, then built it. Imagination is the workshop of wealth. There, ideas are born, plans are formed, solutions are found, and wealth is created. There are two types of imagination. First, synthetic imagination. This is combining existing ideas in new ways. You take what already exists and use it differently. Example, the phone existed. The computer existed. Someone combined the two. The smartphone was born. This is synthetic imagination. Second, creative imagination. This is creating something completely new. What never existed before, you pull from your mind. This is the work of genius. Most people use synthetic imagination. Few use creative imagination, but both create wealth. How do you use imagination? First, identify the problem. What problem will you solve? What do people need? What is the pain point? Second, relax your mind. Stress kills imagination. Be comfortable. Breathe deeply. Meditate. Third, think about the problem, but not forcefully, comfortably. Ask, what is the solution to this problem? And wait for the answer to come. Fourth, record ideas. When an idea comes, write it immediately. Otherwise, you'll forget. The best ideas are forgotten ideas. Fifth, evaluate ideas. Not every idea is valuable. Some don't work. Select. Take the best ones. Apply. Edison said to me, Napoleon, I'm not a genius. I just use my imagination and do trial and error. Out of 10,000 ideas, one works. But that one changes everything. You also have imagination. Use it every day. Solve problems. Generate ideas. And with those ideas, create wealth. Imagination is the factory of wealth. Operate it continuously and produce wealth. Sixth principle, organized planning. Imagination is the beginning, but a plan is the actualizer. No matter how much you imagine, without a plan, nothing happens. Most people's plans fail. Why? Because their plans are not organized, chaotic, unclear, incomplete. A successful plan has 6 characteristics. First, definitiveness. It must be clear. I will be rich is not a plan. In 12 months, with my own business, I will earn 50,000 teraliters per month is a plan. Second, written. A plan in the mind is a dream. A plan on paper is real. Write it in detail, every step. Third, flexibility. Life changes. The plan must change too. A rigid plan breaks. A flexible plan adapts. Fourth, time schedule. Every step must have a date. I'll do it someday. Never happens. Will be completed by March 15th. Happens. Fifth, action steps. The big goal must be broken into small steps. Every day, one step. Small, but consistent. Sixth, accountability. Tell people. Share your plan. Have them follow up. Be accountable. This strengthens commitment. Rockefeller said to me, Napoleon, every week I review my plan. What worked? What didn't? How can I improve? The plan is alive. It's constantly updated. When making a plan, know this. The first plan always fails. This is normal. Make a plan. Apply it. Fail. Learn. Change the plan. Try again. This cycle leads to success. Organized planning also means working with the right people. Alone, you're limited. But with a team, you're limitless. Find people more knowledgeable, more talented than you. Work with them. Use their power. Make a plan. Organize it. Apply it. Evaluate it. Improve it. Repeat. This is the path to wealth. Seventh principle, decision. Decide quickly. Change slowly. This is the common trait of the wealthy. Poor people are slow to decide, but quick to change. They reach a decision, then they doubt, then they change, constantly, and they get nowhere. Rich people are the opposite. They decide, quickly, clearly, and then they stick with that decision, unshaken, for a long time. And this decisiveness creates wealth. Henry Ford designed the Model T. Everyone said, change it, improve it, make different models. But Ford was decisive. No, Model T is right. I won't change it. And for 20 years, he produced the same model and became a billionaire. Decisiveness is the backbone of success. An indecisive person is like a leaf in the wind, blown everywhere. But a decisive person is like a rock. unshakable. How do you become decisive? First, gather information. Before deciding, research. Learn. But don't research too long, because perfect information never comes. Second, decide. You gathered information. Now decide. Quickly. Don't hesitate, because hesitation loses opportunity. Third, stick with the decision. You decided. Now execute. Don't doubt. Don't listen too much to others' opinions. Your decision, your responsibility. Fourth, don't change. Only change if there's a very serious reason. Small difficulties are not reasons to change. Stick with the decision. Edison made 10,000 attempts. Someone said, "After 10,000 failures, shouldn't you quit?" Edison said, "No, because I'm decisive. The bulb is possible, and I will find it." Decisiveness requires faith. If you don't believe, you cannot be decisive. But if you believe, nothing can turn you. Be decisive. Decide quickly. Change slowly. And wealth will come to you. Eighth principle, persistence. Failure is temporary, but quitting is permanent. Every wealthy man experienced dozens of failures, but none of them quit, because persistence is the key to success. Walt Disney's first company failed. His first cartoon was rejected, but he didn't quit. He kept trying and finally built the Disney empire. Colonel Sanders, at 65 years old, had his chicken recipe rejected by 1,009 restaurants. But he didn't quit. The 1,010th said yes, and KFC was born. Persistence is the difference between ordinary talent and extraordinary success. A talented but non-persistent person fails. An ordinary but persistent person succeeds. Why do most people quit? Because they run from pain. Failure hurts. Rejection hurts. Difficulty hurts. And most people can't handle the pain, and they quit. But the wealthy person embraces pain. Says pain is the teacher. Every failure is a lesson. Every rejection is an opportunity. Every difficulty is a test. How is persistence built? First, definiteness of purpose. If your purpose is clear, you persist because you know why you're fighting. But if purpose is unclear, you quit at the first difficulty. Second, desire. Burning desire feeds persistence because desire is stronger than pain. Third, faith. If you believe, you persist because you know that in the end, you will win. Fourth, planning. If there's a plan, you persist because you know what to do. Fifth, knowledge gives confidence. Confidence provides persistence. Sixth, mastermind. Supporting people strengthens persistence. If you're alone, you quit easily. But with your team, you're strong. Thomas Edison made 10,000 attempts for the light bulb. Someone asked, after 10,000 failures, how can you persist? Edison said, I didn't fail. I found 10,000 ways that don't work. Persistence is mindset. You don't see failure as failure. You see it as learning. And you keep learning forever until success comes. Persist. Never quit. And success is inevitable. Now let me summarize the remaining 5 principles, because 13 principles are very long, but each one is vitally important. 9th principle, mastermind. When 2 or more minds come together for a common purpose, a third power is born. This is the mastermind. Alone, you're limited, but with the right people, you're limitless. 10th principle, transmutation of sexual energy. Sexual energy is the most powerful energy. Most people waste this energy. But if you channel it into creative work, you create incredible results. 11th principle, the subconscious mind. The subconscious works 24 hours, and it processes the commands you give it. With autosuggestion, give the right commands to your subconscious, and your subconscious creates wealth. 12th principle, the brain. The brain is both transmitter and receiver. It broadcasts thought waves and receives others' thoughts. This is telepathy. Spend time with wealthy people. Their thoughts transfer to you. 13th principle, the sixth sense. This is intuition. Internal guide, the peak of creative imagination. When you master the other 12 principles, the sixth sense develops, and it shows you the right path. Now let me tell you the complete truth. These 13 principles are 20 years of work, the secret of 500 millionaires. They've changed the lives of millions of people, and now they're in your hands. But attention, reading these principles is not enough. You must apply them every day, consistently, decisively, with persistence. Most people will read these principles, will say nice, and will do nothing, and their lives won't change. But you're different. You listened to this message. You learned the 13 principles. Now all you need to do is apply them. Create burning desire. Build unwavering faith. Use autosuggestion. Specialize. Use imagination. Plan organized. Be decisive. Persist. Build a mastermind. Transmute your energy. Program your subconscious. Connect with your brain. Listen to your sixth sense. And wealth will be inevitable. I guarantee it, because these are universal principles. They work, always, for everyone. Now go, think, and grow rich.